Hello children. In our English lesson today, we will learn how to create expanded noun phrases ready to describe our character of Sam in our lesson tomorrow. And I'm going to ask you to begin by reminding yourself of what is a noun. So if you think back to all the work we've done in class, a noun is a person, place or thing. So keys is a thing, so it's a noun. Cup is a thing, so it's a noun. Teacher is a person, so it's a noun. A place like school or a town like Starbridge, they are nouns. There are different kinds of nouns. There are common nouns and there are proper nouns. And we'll look at the difference between those when we go back in school. But person, place, thing, or an idea such as a dream or a thought are all nouns. So children, in our lesson today, we are going to be learning about how to create some amazing descriptions, because tomorrow you are going to be writing all about the character of Sam, and I want you to use as much description in your writing as you can. So we're going to revise how to create an expanded noun phrase. So here you have a word. It's the word whale, and we know whale is a noun because it's an animal, so it comes in the group of person, place or thing. To create a noun phrase, I just simply pop the in front of it. So now, the whale is my noun phrase. So this is a noun phrase. If I want to make it into a sentence, I might say the whale swam in the sea. I've added a verb and I'm explaining what the whale is doing. So that's a sentence, but it's not a very exciting sentence. So I want to expand the noun phrase at the beginning of my sentence by adding some more detail. I'm just going to pop that out of the way for a moment. So I could add some adjectives in front of the word whale. So let's think. It's a big whale, so let's go for the huge whale. All of a sudden now, children, my noun phrase has become bigger. I've expanded it. I've made it bigger by adding in an adjective. I could, of course, add in two adjectives. So here I have the huge, magnificent whale. And then I could finish off my sentence, swam in the sea. And that would have created a more interesting sentence with an expanded noun phrase, the huge, magnificent whale. I had my noun phrase, the whale, and I expanded it. I made it bigger by adding some adjectives to describe the whale. Now, adding adjectives in front of the noun to expand the noun phrase is one way of creating an expanded noun phrase. There is another way. So I'm going to take these away for the moment, and I'm going to go back to my noun phrase. I could expand my noun phrase by adding information after the noun using a prepositional phrase. And this is my prepositional phrase. With silver skin. So the whale with silver skin swam in the sea. My noun phrase has been expanded by the addition of this prepositional phrase here that tells me more about the whale. And if I wanted to, children, I could expand it even further by adding the adjectives in. So I could have the huge whale, or the huge magnificent whale was what we had, wasn't it? The huge magnificent whale with silver skin swam in the sea. So I could do both. I could expand my noun phrase by adding adjectives in front of it and a prepositional phrase after it. That would make an amazing description. So let's have a look at another example. Here is my noun phrase, the dog. It's okay, nothing wrong with writing the dog, but I could make it more interesting by expanding it by adding some adjectives to describe the dog between the determiner, that's the word the, and the word dog. So I'm going to say the small, cute dog. Can you see how I've made my noun phrase bigger? I've expanded it by adding some adjectives in. The small, cute dog. So now I've got a much more interesting description for my dog that is going to help my reader picture what my dog looks like. However, I could make it even better by adding a prepositional phrase after the noun using the preposition with. So in the picture you'll see in the PDF, the dog has got big black eyes. So I'm going to say the small cute dog with big black eyes. So that is an even more exact description of my dog. I'm going to say, and finish my sentence now and say, oh, the small cute dog with big black eyes played on the beach. And that, again, creates a really vivid picture in the eyes of the reader because I've made that into a full sentence now. Now, in your activity, you're going to be describing some things that you can see on a beach using expanded noun phrases, adding adjectives in before the noun and prepositional phrases after the noun. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a word of warning, children. Sometimes when we're writing, particularly when we're creating expanded noun phrases, we remember to do the small cute dog and we think, oh, where is he? He's playing on the beach. And then we think, oh, I'm supposed to have added a prepositional phrase, and I do that. I go, the small cute dog played on the beach with big black eyes. That with big black eyes at the end of the sentence is talking about the beach because it comes after this noun here. And I don't want that, children. You're not, the prepositional phrase is about the main subject of your sentence. In this case, it's the dog. So your prepositional phrase needs to come after the noun that you are describing. So your sentence should read, the small cute dog with big black eyes played on the beach, not the small cute dog played on the beach with big black eyes. And often children forget to have put the prepositional phrase after the noun they're describing, and they remember at the end of the sentence and they try and pop it at the end of the sentence. It doesn't work, children. It has to go after the noun you are describing. And then you can complete your sentence. So let's look at another example. So here is my picture of a cat. Okay, my cat is a black and white cat and it's quite a small cat. And my cat's got a fluffy tail. So I want to describe my cat. And my cat is sitting on a mat. So let me draw the mat in. So there's my cat. So I could say the cat sat on the mat. Let's write that down. There's nothing wrong with that sentence. It's just not very exciting. So let's look at what's the main subject of my sentence. It's this cat and this is what I want to describe. So let me think. I could say the little black and white cat sat on the mat. So let's do that. The little, and notice how little is spelled, children. The little black and white cat sat on the mat. I've expanded my noun phrase of the cat into the little black and white cat. It's given some more detail. Can you see how the cat, my noun phrase, has been expanded by adding in little black and white to tell me more about the cat. And then I finish my sentence to say sat on the mat. So that's okay, but I'm going to add a prepositional phrase now. So let's try this one. The little black and white cat with a long fluffy tail sat on the mat. So now I've expanded my noun phrase even further. I've expanded it by adding some descriptions, some adjectives in front of the noun and then adding a prepositional phrase after it. So I have got my expanded noun phrases here. The little black and white cat with a long fluffy tail sat on the mat. Now children, we're going to just look at these this expanded noun phrase slightly in more detail and just make sure we're clear about where we write the adjectives and the prepositional phrase. So here we have the little black and white cat with the long fluffy tail sat on the mat. My expanded noun phrase is very long now. It's all of this. Here is the first part of my expanded noun phrase. I've added adjectives before the noun, and then after the noun that I'm describing, I have added my prepositional phrase. That is a wonderful descriptive sentence. However, let's look at this one. The little black and white cat, that's my expanded noun phrase, sat on the mat with the long fluffy tail. The prepositional phrase is no longer describing the cat because it's coming after the noun mat. So it's telling me that the mat had a long fluffy tail. So we need to be really careful because that's not correct. We need to make sure that our prepositional phrase goes straight after the noun that we are describing. We'll look at one more example, year 2. So let's look at this sentence. Here I have the man stood on the beach. My noun phrase is the man. Remember, when we're describing a noun phrase, we include the determiner. That's the or the a or the an or the some that goes in front of it. The man stood on the beach. I'm going to expand my noun phrase because my man is a tall man and he's got blonde hair. So I'm going to say the tall, that's my adjective that goes in front of man. So I've expanded my noun phrase, the tall man, with blonde hair. Stood on the beach. Now, my prepositional phrase goes straight after the noun that I'm describing and the adjective goes in front of it. So there's my adjective, it goes in front of the noun I'm describing. The prepositional phrase goes straight after the noun that I'm describing. I'm not describing the beach here, so I couldn't write the tall man stood on the beach with blonde hair. That would not be correct. This would be correct. That would not be correct because the prepositional phrase with blonde hair is now referring to the beach and not the man. So you need to be really careful where you place the prepositional phrase. Now, in your PDF file, there is an activity I'd like you to do. There is a Where's Wally picture. I don't know where to find Where's Wally, but I want you to describe some of the things that you can see in that picture using prepositional phrases and adjectives to expand your nouns. Can't wait to see what you do because this activity is always lots of fun and I always get some brilliant descriptions, so it'd be lovely for you to send everything in to me via email. Have a great day and have lots of fun with this activity, year 2. See you soon. Bye.